Hello, my name is Larry Williams and I'm with I2G and I represent Team Global Wealth. If you're looking at this for the first time, we'd like to welcome you. The person who actually invited you to look at this video is very serious about your financial future. Matter of fact, they asked you one simple question. How would you like to earn $10,000 in the next 14 days? That's right, $10,000 in the next 14 days with I2G. Now, it's been a phrase that's been coined over the years. They said, how do you eat an elephant? They said one bite at a time. Well, how do you get to over $100,000 per month in income? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it starts with one $10,000 check. And I'm going to show you, if you don't argue with math, and one thing I've learned about FTB, and that stands for faith, trust, and belief, that if you believe that 2 times 2 equals 4, I can show you without a shadow of a doubt within 14 days, you too can cash over a $10,000 check through I2G. Now, for those who may have just looking for the very first time, just to kind of recap, we're involved in one of the fastest growing industries on the planet, which is online gaming. Right now, online gaming in 2012 tipped the scales of somewhere around about $45 billion in sales. And this year, at the end of 2013, it will probably double, and in the next 2 years, it will probably double again. One thing we also found on ABC News, they just made an announcement that the federal legislation has passed laws for every state to decide if they want online gaming to be part of their revenue, and that's going forward in 2014. So if you thought you was on the beginning of something that was quite fantastic, you were absolutely right. Now, with that being said, the person that also asked you to come look at this video asked you, not only would you be interested in making $10,000 in the next 14 days, but do you have at least $600 to invest into your future to get this started? Now I'm going to show you in our compensation program, and this is what I call as my high-level presentation. Because ladies and gentlemen, as you will see, it only takes 2 people to make this happen. And you will see how all these big checks right now that are tipping the scales, our #1 income earner, in 4 months' time has earned over $900,000 in income, which is absolutely staggering. Most people never believe it, even if they saw the check. And a lot of people in Los Angeles this past weekend got an opportunity to hold those checks. But I'm going to show you how the average person with no network marketing experience, no clientele base, but with only 2 people can generate a $10,000 check in 14 days. Now I'm going to break this up into a few different tapes, because I mean, you know, that's kind of been the flavor of the videos that I've been doing now since I started this last week, is doing these short little bursts to give you just information where you can make a decision to move forward. Now also, with that being said, I'm going to break this compensation program into a simplistic form, and this is the way I've always done this. For me, for 25 years that I've been involved in network marketing, I've always approached it from a mathematical standpoint. Because I know if 2 times 2 equals 4, then I know what the outcome can be. There's no magic, there's no, magic way of just running an ad out there and making all these people come in. I'm going to be showing us some later video series, and this will be like part 1, a series 2 of 1, and then it'll be part 1, part 2, depending on how many parts I get through. But how to recruit, as I talked about in the last video, how to compile a list of over 200 names of people you know right now without even going outside and running an ad. A lot of times we want to use a social media platform, we want to use all the mediums to try to generate a non-contact base. It just doesn't work. You have to have both. Social media is great, of course, like I'm using now, YouTube is great, where you can watch this video in the comforts of your own home and see this amazing opportunity. But at the end of the day, the only reason why you're looking at this tape is because of an individual, a friend or family member told you about this opportunity and to go watch the tape. So you need those 2 coming together to create the ultimate paradigm, if you will, in building an organization. But let's just talk about some of the basics. Now I'm going to get into a little bit more detail in the second part. For $10,000 in 14 days. Now, we already know we're working with a binary plan. What's a binary? A binary has a left side and it has a right side, but there are no levels. Now, I'm doing this around either coming in at the high roller position, which is $600, or coming at the emperor position, if you have the finances to do it, at $5,000. But the reality is the more people will come in, obviously, at this position, and this will be your gravy that comes in. So I'm going to do it right now just off the high roller position at $600, and at $360 worth of BB, meaning that's how much that goes into the actual compensation plan. Now, this is centered around 14 days. 14 days, okay? If you look down the numbers down the side, each one of these is going to represent 40 hours or 2 days. So 1 represents 2 days. 2 represents 2 days. 3 represents 2 days. 4 represents 2 days. 5, 6, 7. 7 times 2 is 14 days, okay? Second, to get to this position, which is basically it's the silver position, to get the $10,000 bonus, you need to have $37,500 of volume on the left, $37,500 on the right, or a total of $75,000 in volume. This is what you need. Now, to get there, people are like, wow, I need a whole lot of people to do a whole lot of volume. Wrong. In a binary compensation program, ladies and gentlemen, you only need 2 people. How do you find these 2 people? The same question was asked to you. All you do is, and we'll get into the videos after this one about how do you find the people, but your one question, you ask everybody that you know, how would you like to earn $10,000 in 14 days? Well, the obvious question people are going to have to answer, people are going to say, doing what? Don't worry about what. Do you have at least $600 to invest to get in position? See, ladies and gentlemen, with the faith, trust, and belief of you already knowing, because if you're already in the program, you already know the incomes are being generated. When I've actually got involved in a lot of opportunities in the past, I was the one that had to generate the checks to prove that it worked. So you needed a whole lot of faith, trust, and belief to see if it even worked. We don't have that issue. We have people making 6 figures per month in a 4-month company, so we know $10,000 is quite achievable when people are doing over $100,000 in a shorter time period. So the faith, trust, and belief, and just believing this works. No, ladies and gentlemen, we know it works. It is what do you have to do to make it happen? Find 2 people. Now here's the deal. I do this part-time because as some of you guys know, I have a company that I work in. I got employees and people that I already made a commitment to. Unfortunately, prior to finding out about I2G, that I have to finish my commitment with them. So I'm doing this in the evenings, part-time. I got a family, you guys saw my little boy, my wife. I got responsibilities. But with that being said, still, in a 14-day period, I'm going to run with you on this. 2 people you have to find, and you have 48 hours to find them. That's 2 days. 2 days to find 2 people that want to make $10,000 in the next 14 days. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you should have your phone book out, your Rolodex out, any contact base. That should be everybody you know. Because even people that are wealthy, an additional income or residual income coming in is more money for them to buy more stuff with. And the other 97% of the people that don't make money, we all know they could use $10,000 in 14 days, but we know people don't have the belief level. That's what back to that FTB, they faith, trust, and believe. To believe, not that 10,000 is achievable in 14 days, that it's achievable for them. And that's where mathematics, if people would just not argue with math and understand that 2 times 2 equals 4. Because in your first 2 days, once you find your 2 people, all you're going to do is point those 2 people to get their 2 people to watch this tape. See, ladies and gentlemen, the power of the YouTube and the video and the social media allows you not have to explain any of this. I'm explaining it to you, and I'll explain it to your guests that you have come through and watch this video. Well, when these 2 people come in, it creates volume. But 2 times 2 is 4, but if you add those together, you have a total of 6 people. But you only brought in 2. See how that works? See, mathematics don't lie. That's why I told people why I was so successful with network marketing. I didn't argue with math. See, you can be skeptical all you want, but math doesn't lie. People coming in, buying the package, creates volume, and all it does is multiply down. 2 getting 2. The next 48 hours, they have the responsibility of getting their 2 people. All you did was open them. Bob, Sally, what do you guys need from me? Let me show you where the YouTube channel is. Let me show you how to watch the video. Let me show you how to get your people on. That's all you're doing, is helping those 2 get their 2. Now what happens? those two get their tip. What are they doing? What are we selling, Larry? We're selling the opportunity to put cash in your pocket in 14 days. That's it. Through what? Online gaming. Get positioned. $45 billion industry. $100,000 checks already being cut. What else does anybody need to know right now? This is only for people that need to make some money. Those who want to sit back, be skeptical, well, I don't know, how long will it last? Oh, that money's too fast. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking to those people. We're talking to the person that might be getting laid off here pretty soon. So we're talking to the person where the check is not meeting at the end of the month to pay rent, pay car note, pay for the daycare. Those are the people we're talking to. The person that's being underpaid right now in their job. Those are the people we know need this money. The person that's working at minimum wage right now complaining about they're not making enough money. Those are the people we're looking at that need to make $10,000 next 14 days. Everybody else doesn't need it. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have time to talk to them. Because you're running right now, you have 48 hours to find your two people and help your two get their two in the next 40 hours. Well, look at this. As these days go down, 48 hours, that's 2 days. Next 40 hours, that's 4 days. So on all the way down. 48 hours is 14 days. Look at what happened on a 2x2. These two getting their two, these two getting their two, these two getting their two, all the way down. By the 14th day, you would have over 128 people joining your organization. How many did you start with? Only 2. See, that right there sold me on network marketing 25 years ago. Because this is leverage. This allows me to be at home with my family while these two get their two. This allows me to be at my job until the money hits, and then I can leave once these people come in. This is what everybody in the company is doing. At the top, so no matter where the money's being generated, everybody is only starting with 2 people. And it multiplies. Now here's the wild card. You can bring in more. What if you brought in 2 more people? And this is where the spillover begins to happen. Now, these two are going to fall somewhere between the people you already have in the organization. So now you got people leapfrogging each other, pushing this down, making this a reality. And I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to make this part 1 and come back to part 2. If you add this up, ladies and gentlemen, you have over 254 people. That's each number added together. See, compounding numbers work with multiplication and addition added together. Compounding numbers add up to 254. But how many people did you know? See, this is what kills me about people. Oh, no, but I can't do this. 2 people. You're going to tell me out of 300 million people in just the U.S., half of them we know are broke, that you can't find 2 people somewhere that got $600 that want to make $10,000 in 14 days? Now, if you convince me you can't, then this opportunity is not for you. That's the bottom line. And that's the cold truth. But if you believe that, no, I can find 2 people. Come on. 2, that's it. 2. Find 2, and in 14 days that happens. I'm going to come back to you on the next tape. Keep saying tape so I can't get tape out of my mind. On the next video, and I'm going to show you what this translates in as far as money is concerned. And again, the person who got you watching this tape, get back to their website. You need to get signed up and get joined and grab one of these spots because they're going fast. And these are really going fast. There's right now about 6,500 people. When I came in a week ago, there were 6,000. Now there's like 6,500 in the company. There's only 5,000 info positions in the company total, and about 3,000 of them are already gone. So, done. There's only 2,000 positions left. That's the passive position where all the back-end revenue, which we're going to talk about in later videos, about the online gaming, 50% of the online gaming generated through I2G is going to come back in the form of pay. Hello, my name is Larry Williams. I'm with I2G and I'm with Team Global Wealth. This is still a series of 2 of 1, but it's part 2 because that last video we stopped at the number of the compounding numbers of 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and all that adding up to over 250 distributors underneath you that all came in at the high roller position. Now, how does that translate into numbers? Well, when you take this and you break it apart, 254 people split, which you need to generate $37,500 on each side. is roughly about 105 people on each side to get at the high roller position. Well, if you cut 254 in half, it's a little more. It's actually about 225 people, 125 people on the left and 125 people on the right. So you have way more than enough people to generate the volume necessary to hit that volume. Now watch this. As a high roller, the cycle is $50 per cycle. What's a cycle? 300 left, 300 right in BV. So for every 300 or a total of $600 of volume you have, 300 left, 300 right, you generate a $50 cycle. Well, to go through this, the way I'm showing it, you would actually cycle, which is the minimum requirement to hit silver, 125 times in 1 month. Remember, that's only 14 days. Okay, 14 days, 125 cycles. 125 times 50 is $6,250 just for cycling. Now, because you cycle at 125 times in 1 month, the company gives you an additional $10,000. I apologize. Yeah, I told a little fib on something. I said 10,000 in 14 days. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually over 16,000 in 14 days. And it's not just the $16,250, because there's another thing you earn by cycling and bringing in your people. You pick up a matching bonus of 20% on your first level of people. If you just sponsor the first 2 people, look at this, and this is kind of scary. At your first 2 people that you brought in here, this is your 14-day cycle. They start here on their 14-day cycle. So on the 8 set of 2s, or 48 hours of these people coming in, meaning the next 2 days, when they push forward and they hit silver, now they qualify for 16,000. Well, at 20% of 16,000 is over $4,000 per person. So it's 4,000 for the first and 4,000 for the second. That's another $8,000 in 16 days. Because what happens is you're running through this at 128 people getting there too, now jumps to 256 just in 16 days that joined your organization. That's added to the 250 people you already have. That's over 500 people. This in that week alone, ladies and gentlemen, you would cycle all over again at 125 times in your 16th day, which would generate another one of these. Now, you only get this bonus once in a month, which is okay. And remember, the maximum you can earn on any one position is $35,000 per week. That's the whole comp plan. And that's not all the money. But see, when you're trying to show people, you can't show them everything. Because a lot of people want to understand the whole entire comp plan before they get started. I need to understand, like you're going to go out and teach this in some theory class at a college. Ladies and gentlemen, airplanes are not flown in a classroom. They're flown out on the runway. What you have to do is get yourself engaged. You get started with 2, the math will take care of you, and you will find everything else you need to find out about the compensation program in due time. And this, remember, it doesn't count if you bring in one emperor, at $5,000, at $3,000 in BV. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. That's like 6 people coming in at the high roller position, which you did in just one swing of the bat, with a person coming in at $3,000 in BV coming in on one side. So these numbers can shrink down drastically if you have emperors coming to your program and you don't have to be the one to bring them in. There's an additional bonus for you doing it. There's a $500 bonus that's paid directly to you as a fast start bonus. But if you don't, and then you show somewhere up in your downline, That's 5,000 in volume less that you need now on your volume side to hit that silver. Now, would you believe actually there's additional positions beyond that, which I'll go on that into later videos. But in the Hi, I'm Larry Williams and I'm with I2G. I've been in the MLM Witness Protection Program for the last 10 years and basically avoided deals at all costs. I was looking for an opportunity that basically would allow me to be at home with my beautiful young son. He's only 5 years old, and my wife. And I wanted to be able to work, from home online or on the computer. And when I2G was presented to me, it presented me those two options. You gotta have a great story, obviously, with I2G, and you gotta have a great compensation plan. In over 200 countries, we have the opportunity to participate in, I believe, one of the fastest growing industries, on the planet. $45 billion in 2012, probably will double that in 2013, and who knows in 2014. Being able to work from home and get a piece of that, I told one of my friends, it's like if MGM Grand or the Mirage or any of the big Vegas hotels offers you an opportunity that you can invest into that. Think back to the movie Bugsy Siegel when he was trying to sell spots in the desert about Vegas and people turned him down. Well, I feel like this is our desert, this is our new Vegas, because in the next maybe 2 to 3 years, I think online gaming is going to be one of the biggest phenomenons that we've ever seen. And then coupled with network marketing, how could you go wrong? I just got my first Facebook account just last week. I was not one of the guys, and I was one of the dinosaurs. I was kind of reluctantly coming into the social media aspect. But when I saw that what I2G has put together with the touch, I remember when I came on board and I joined, the owner walked onto my computer monitor, and I was like, what's going on? This is phenomenal. Because I just saw that as a great marketing tool, obviously, for network marketers. But, where you can put all your social media applications, your MySpace, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and all these different accounts into one account, and you can update at a push of a button and have them all go up, to all the different outlets. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So I think, especially with, the younger generation, I mean, the average 21-year-old now has 400 followers on Twitter that, having this media platform that we have now is going to help launch our company to the next, 21st century. You want to be tied to a support group of leaders that are working the program. Because what happens is, when you truly understand the binary where there's only a left and a right side, there are no levels whatsoever. There's only 2 doors for everybody to come through. We're roughly about, 5,000 to 6,000 people in the company at the time, we shot this. Because by the next 6 to 12 months, it will probably be about maybe 90 to about 100,000 people coming to the company. Well, if you have a good upline support team that are working the organization, especially with the top checks in the company, that's like, I say, putting honey out for the bears to come. Because those individuals, as they're coming in, they only have 2 doors to pick from. And if you're in the organization, they're attracted to the support and the leadership of the company, then all those people that are coming in are coming in beneath the organization. So you have a 50-50 shot of having one of those top superstars showing up in your organization, and you can walk away with a 5 or 6 figure income just because you're at the right place at the right time and you had a great support team generate that traffic back to your organization. What they were able to do was put things in place first. So many MLM companies, they want to go out, pitch the story, or they call it the pre-launch, and nothing ever's there, and you're just hoping and praying it shows up. Not here. I2G went out and got the Tier 1 licensing in place first, where it was legal for people to do the online gaming overseas, where they could generate the revenues, not the reverse opposite. Let's launch, let's collect a lot of money, and let's see what happens. So they were looking long-term from the very beginning. They already had the money, they had the foundation in place, and they were just a matter of now giving it to the public, which is us here in the U.S., to let us know about this amazing opportunity.
I used to play golf semi-professionally. Actually, I played on a lot of tours back in California. But due to the fact, going back to working a regular job, don't have time to play golf 5 to 6, 7 days a week. And my little son, which is 5 years of age, he's now adopting things that I like to do. So when I take him to the driving range, he wants to play. Well, that job is in the way right now because I can't, get off work, try to get to the driving range before it gets to be dark, late after work. But now, with I2G, a couple things. The financial side is great, but just the freedom, as I told my wife, to be back at home, to be able to, if I need to go to the schools, be with my son, be able to take him out, after school to take some golf lessons or play golf on the weekend. I will have that time and that freedom to do that again, to get back to, and I just turned, I'll say I'm over the halfway mark, the senior mark, so I can actually probably get on the senior tour if I work hard enough to, get my game back together. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back out here playing. You have an opportunity to get involved in the fastest growing industry with the fastest growing company at the same time. I always say the what if factor. What if, not what if it doesn't happen, but what if we're 1% right or 2% right on where we're going in the next 6 to 12 months? Would that be enough for you to take a chance? Because if not, your life stays the same no matter what you do. So I tell people, always play on the what if, not on the guarantee. There's no guarantees in life that we're going to show up this side of the planet tomorrow. But the what if is so big in this company with already 6-figure, almost 7-figure incomes produced in this company in a 4 or 5 month period. You gotta come take a look at it and just to see if there's a spot for you. The number one reason, and again, why I'm involved with I2G is because of my family. Back in the day, in my 20s and stuff, it was all about the fast cars, the bling bling, the jewelry, and all the, the lifestyle that it brought with it. But now, you get a little older, get a little more seasoned, those things are not as important to me now. It's about, again, spending the time with my family. My wife, unfortunately, she still has to work now. I want her not working. Well, we both could be at home, maybe working on baby number 2, But having that opportunity that you just can't get that from a job. I2G is the only company right now for me, and I'll say this for me, that fits my lifestyle and what I'm looking for, where I can stay at home and I can build and generate a 6-figure income in a very short period of time. But not only being able to make the money, you have the time and freedom to go enjoy the money. Because there's nothing to continue doing. Once you get this thing rolling, you just keep cashing checks every day. So what better lifestyle could you ever have? So I'm happy. I thank my sponsors for telling me about I2G, and I'm here to stay.